drop the weapons, now. Move out, let's go. Put down your weapons. Sir, resistance fighters.
Hi, welcome to Storytime with Shane Onyou. Sunday edition, of course, because we do this every week. Same time, same place. So welcome to Storytime. All right. Let's get this show on the road. First, the force is with us. Let's just pop this up on there. Hi, Baron. Thank you. All right, so let's start off Storytime today with our land acknowledgement. So if y'all are ready, I'd like to do this little one. Today we acknowledge our Treaty 7 friends, hold up 7 fingers, where the Blackfoot once met on Elbow's Bend. Touch your elbow. Soon came the Satina from the Beaver clan. Slap your tails. And the Stoney Nakota who lived in the mountain lands. And there's your mountains. Last but not least, the Métis from Region 3. We are all treaty people here in Calgary and area. All right, so that's our land acknowledgement. So welcome, everyone, to another edition of Storytime with Shane Onyou. Stormtrooper edition. I'm going to turn this off because it distracts from the book. There we go. That's better. And let's start out with our first book for today. First book we're going to read today is called Why I Love Canada, and it is illustrated by Daniel Haworth. All right, ready to go? Here we go. I love Canada because we have beautiful forests. We have lots of these blue jays in our backyard. My mother gives them peanuts. I love Canada because we have wide open spaces. Yeah, we do. Lots of land in Canada. I love Canada because we have northern lights. I've seen northern lights that are purple and green like that too when I lived up north. I love Canada because it stretches from the Atlantic to the Pacific. 2 oceans on either side. I love Canada because we have great national forests. Oh, great national anthem. We have great forests too. I love Canada because the Rocky Mountains are big and beautiful. And look at that. We got a longhorn sheep up there, and we got a mountain goat. Oh, so cool. And I've seen them out here too. I love Canada because we welcome all kinds of different people with open arms. We have a long way to go with that, but we do better than a lot of places. I love Canada because our lakes are great for swimming. Do you know what that is? I'll give you a hint. It's on our dollar. I love goat. You do love goat, I know. Don't you have a goat mask? That there is a loon. And that is on our loonie. Yeah. I love Canada because we have all the seasons. In some places in Canada, we have 4 seasons in one day, right? Yep. I love Canada because we have the best food. Coming from beavers, there's lots of woods up here too, lots of forest. I love Canada because we love to play sports. Yeah, we do. What's Canada's national sport? Do you guys know what ours is? And then do you know a sport that is not our national sport that we invented in Canada? 2 tough questions. I like goat. I love goat. I love Canada because we speak many languages. We do. And we have 2 official languages, French and English. Both great. I love Canada because we find nature everywhere. That is true. Out here in Okotoks, the deer cross in the crosswalks. Everyone loves Canada, especially me. So that's our book about Canada. So that's our first book down. Yes. All right. Moving along to book number 2. And if you're having Wi-Fi issues, if it seems glitchy, sometimes YouTube is better to watch it on. I don't know. But yeah. The Invisible String. And I'm going to read, I have the secondary book to this, so I'll read them back to back. The Invisible String by Patrice Kirst and Joanne Lou Verdoff. All right, here we go. Invisible String. Liza and Jeremy, the twins, were asleep one calm and quiet night. Suddenly, it began to rain very hard. Thunder rumbled until it got so loud that it woke them up. "Mommy, Mommy," they cried out as they ran to her. Yeah, thunder and lightning can be scary at times. "Don't worry, you two. It's just the storm making all that noise. Go back to bed." "We want to stay close to you," said Jeremy. "We're scared." Mom said, "You know we're always together no matter what." "But how can we be together when you're out here and we're in bed?" said Liza. It's a good question. Mom held something right in front of them and said, "You look at this. This right here. This is how." Rubbing their sleepy eyes, the twins came closer to see what Mom was holding. "I was about your age when my mommy first told me about the invisible string." You can see it there. The invisible string. Well, you can't see it, but it's there. "I don't see a string," said Jeremy. "You don't need to see the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love." "But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there?" asked Liza. "Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart, and you know that you are always connected to everyone you love." Great. Yeah, I love this one too. "When you're at school and you miss me, your love travels all the way along the string until I feel it tug on my heart. And when you tug right back, we feel it in our hearts," said Jeremy. Yep, true. "Does Jasper the cat have an invisible string?" Liza asked. "Sure does," said Mom. "And best friends like me and Lucy?" asked Liza. "Best friends too." "How far can the string reach?" "Anywhere and everywhere," Mom said. Agreed. It has no bounds. "Would it reach me even if I were in a submarine, Captain? Deep in the ocean?" asked Jeremy. "Yes," Mom said. "Even there." Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Crazy. "Or a mountain climber?" Even there. "Or a dancer in France?" Even there. "A jungle explorer?" Even there. "How about an astronaut out in space?" Yes, even there. Where does your string go? Then Jeremy quietly asked, "Can my string reach all the way to Uncle Brian in heaven? Yes, even there. Does the string go away when you're mad at us? Never, said Mom. Love is stronger than anger, and as long as love is in your heart, the string will always be there. Even when you get older and can't agree about things like what movie to see or what game to play in the back seat or what time to go to bed? Oh, that's right. You two should be in bed. And with that, they all laughed as Mom chased the twins back to their beds. Within a few minutes, they were asleep, even though the storm was still making the same loud noises outside. That's because they know about the invisible string. As they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible strings they have. Think of all the invisible strings you have. All the strings their friends have, and all their friends have, until everyone in the world is connected by invisible strings. And from deep inside, they now could clearly see. Whew, that was hard. No one is ever alone. Just gotta reach out and tug on your string. That's what you gotta do. The invisible string. What did I miss here? Makes me think of silly string, huh? Yeah, I agree. Silly string, that would be fun prop to have. I might have to get some of that. I don't have any of that. Moving on to the partner book to that one. All right, here we go. You ready? This is the partner book. And this one's called The Invisible Web. And this is a story celebrating love and universal connection. So if there's any kids out there or any parents out there that you want to shout out for your kids, put the names up there. I'll do that. Yeah, we can do that. Just put them in the comments and I'll do that. The Invisible Web by Patrice Kirst and Joanne Lou Verdo. Here we go. I think it's neat to read them back to back like this. I don't often do it that way. I usually do it following week, but this week I decided to do it back to back again. The very best news ever has begun to spread all over the world, one heart at a time. Shout it from the mountaintops. Every single one of us is connected to those we love by invisible strings, which is what we just talked about. Right? That means that, here we go. Giovanna and her daddy are always together, even though he moved to a new house. Omar can feel tugs from his parents, even though he is living far away at school. Mr. Chang still feels Mrs. Chang close by, even though she died such a very long time ago. See those strings? Can you see them there? Interwoven. And you, at this very moment, may feel the string of someone close to you, even though they aren't there. You can't see it, but it's real. Can you feel that string? Can you feel me pulling on that string? Tugging at your heart? You can feel it. Our strings reach to everyone we know. They travel far and wide to families and friends, classmates and coaches, to bus drivers and babysitters, neighbors and pets, to aunts and uncles and grandpas and grandchildren, and countless other people. And all of those people have hundreds of strings as well. Turn the book this way for this one. Soaring high over rocky peaks and across 7 seas, deep into jungles and valleys, and winding through the busiest cities, all these strings crisscross over one another and create a nest that covers the planet, interlacing us together, cradling us forever. The invisible web. Cool. the right way. Yeah. Oh, hard page to turn. The web has no borders. It wraps every continent. Within it live butterflies and flowers, starfish and seahorses, lions and ants, rivers and snowstorms, and all human beings. Giovanna, Omar, Mr. Chang, and of course, you and me too. Some say it even reaches to our ancestors and those that we cherish in the beyond. One tug of the string sends love to every one of us woven together in this divine tapestry, and that means just one good deed travels across the entire web. Everything is linked. Look at that. Agreed. But sometimes, unfortunately, folks forget. And when they can't feel their strings, they forget about our invisible web. And that's when the strings get tangled up. Like when lonely Lucia isn't invited to sit with anyone at her school at lunchtime. Or when Stad Stefano wishes his friend Marcos wasn't so bossy when they played. Or when Mrs. Patel struggles at work without help and she wants to just quit. Tough times, they happen. Even violence and war can erupt when too many of us forget about the web. When strings are ignored, they can become weak and begin to unravel. But the more people who care for the web, the stronger it remains. It's true. The web feels like every parent since the beginning of time, holding and protecting each one of us in its million of gentle arms. What could be stronger than all those hands holding us close? So many supportive fingers can always find a way to untangle strings so that love can flow again. But it's up to every one of us to spread the word. Our time is right now. As we tell our family and friends, sisters will remind brothers, who will write to cousins, who will call great-grandparents, who will just nod and smile as if they had always known. If we remember the web and tug on it often, nobody will ever be left out. We will see others more clearly. The people of the world will look into each other's eyes, and they will smile at one another. And when one of them cries, they will all want to help. And they do. Marcos apologizes to Stefano, who forgives his friend, and they have even more fun playing. Someone helps Miss Patel at work and tells her what a great job she's doing, and she remembers what's important and feels happy. And Lucia feels warm and bubbly inside when a few of the kids in her class ask her to join them under the new banyan tree for lunch. She knows right then and there the invisible web is real. Can you feel it? I can feel it. After school, Lucia cries with joy as she strokes her cat, who purrs to the news to the stars. And the stars whisper the secret to the clouds, who share it with the songbirds, who serenade the world with the exquisite melody of love. And at the start of each morning, and all during the day until the invisible web glitters in the magic twilight, the owls take over and hoot the news throughout the night. The invisible web is alive. Its time is right now. It breathes as we breathe, pulsating over Earth, a single heartbeat of life and love. And do you know what that makes us all? Do you? Do you? One very big family. More people could remember that would be nice. P.S. I just love being right here in the very middle of the invisible web with you. I do. Wow. It's a powerful story. I love that story. I forgot how much I like it. Let's see what we got here. Can't get enough of this. I know it's a great book. I love that. The two of them, they're great back to back like that too. And the imagery in that book is great. I love those books. All these books you can get at your libraries or at Indigo. Yeah. Moving on to book number 4, Worm Loves Worm by J.J. Austrian and Mike Corrado. This is a good one too. This one's always a favorite. Love this one. Who doesn't love Worm Loves Worm? Worm loves worm. Let's be married, says worm to worm. Yes, answers worm. Let's be married. It was an awesome series, so yeah, I like it. I like it. Yay, wormies! Thanks, Baron, for all your support. You're the bomb. Wait, says Cricket. You'll need someone to marry you. That's how it's always been done. I'll marry you. Interesting. Now can we be married? Asked Worm. Wait, says Beetle Shane. It's Beetle Shane, see? Beetle Shane. It's got the, yeah. You've got to have a best beetle, and naturally, that would be me. It's really shaping up to be quite the wedding. I like it. Now can we be married? Asked Worm. Wait, 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 say the bees. You need bride's bees. Can we be the bride's bees? Please, please, please. Yes, says Worm. Now can we be married? It's really shaping up, this little marriage here. You'll need to get rings to wear on your fingers, says Cricket. That's how it's always been done. But we don't have fingers, says Worm. We could wear them like belts, says Worm. Wonderful, says Worm. Now can we be married? Look at that. Fits nicely. I think it looks good. It works. Just make sure we have a band so we can dance, says Beetle Shane. But we don't have feet to dance with, says Worm. We can just wiggle around. Wiggle, wiggle, everybody wiggle, says Worm. Like this. Whoosh. Fun, says Worm. Now can we be married? I don't know. But you still need a white dress, a tuxedo, a top hat, and lots of flowers, and a cake with frosting, say the bees. But we don't have heads for hats, says Worms, or hands to hold flowers. And we only need dirt, says Worm. Wait, says Spider. I'll attach the hat and the flowers to you with my sticky web. Thank you, says Worm and Worm. Smart thinking. But who will eat the cake? Asked the bees. I could eat the cake along with Cricket and Beetle Shane, says Spider. But what did you say? Asked Cricket and Beetle Shane. Oh, nothing, says Spider with a smile. Now can we be married? Says Worm. Get close, I think. But which one of you is the bride? Asked the bees. How can we be bride's bees if we don't know who the bride is? I can be the bride, says Worm. I can too, says Worm. But one of you has to be the groom, or how can I be best beetle? Asked Beetle Shane. I can be the groom, says Worm. I can too, says Worm. We can both. Amazing, says Spider. Really? Asked Beetle and Beetle Shane and the bees. Well, yeah, look at that. I like what they've done here. They've mixed it up. I think that's great. Love it. Wait, says Cricket. This isn't how it's always been done. Then we'll just change how it's been done, says Worm. Yes, says Worm. Traditions are what you make them. And so they were married. Because you know why? Worm loves Worm. Yeah. The end. Wow, that was fun. That was really fun. I like that one. Okay, everybody stretch. We got one more book for today. You guys ready for the last book? Huh? Maybe we'll do a little bit of this first, in case you missed it in the beginning. Whoa! Hey?
We're taking you into custody. Drop the weapons, now.
I hear you.
Move out. Let's go.
Hey! Ooh. Interesting. So that's what you guys missed at the very beginning, right? I was going to save it for May 4th, but I only do story times on every Sunday, and May 4th is not on a Sunday, it's a Tuesday. So you get it today. Thanks for stories. Always a blast. Absolutely. Absolutely. I thank you guys for tuning in, and always being here. Thank you for showing your support. It's very much appreciated. Sometimes it feels like I'm just talking to myself, but that's okay. All right, let's finish with our last book. Our last book today is called Princess Kevin, and it's by Michael Escoffier and Roland Gargrier, and I don't even know if I said that right. But the books will be listed in the next couple days in the descriptions on YouTube, especially on YouTube because it stays up on YouTube. Princess Kevin. I like this one. Today is costume day at school. Everyone thinks Kevin will go as a knight or a cowboy or a superhero. I have a superhero outfit. There's got lots of great costumes there. I like the robot one. But Kevin is a princess. People might laugh, but he doesn't care. Kevin is a princess, and that is that. He's borrowed a dress, a pair of high heels, and some jewelry from his sister, and some lipstick from his mom, and now he is a princess. Kevin knows this costume looks good. When you wear a costume, the whole point is you become someone totally different. Otherwise, it makes no sense to dress up in the first place. Anyway, who said that only girls can dress up like princesses? The girls in his class can dress up as knights and cowboys. If they can do what they want, so can Kevin. I agree. Speaking of knights, Kevin is quite eager to find one. A princess without a knight is just not as cool. A knight would really complete the look. See any knights in the field there? I don't know. I don't think I see any. Nope, not one knight to be seen. The problem is that none of the knights want to hold his hand. They have this strange idea that boys shouldn't wear pink. It's like they think it's contagious. And knights are supposed to be brave. These ones are a bunch of chickens. At least Kevin isn't the only one having a hard time with his costume. Take Chloe. She's supposed to be a dragon, but let's be honest, she looks like a sock. No, I am not a sock, I'm a dragon, says Chloe. Her dad made her costume, but it's clear he's not very artistic. I'm sorry, Chloe. You look really nice. Just a little bit like a sock, says Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. You look very nice in that dress. Kevin blushes in hopes that Chloe doesn't notice under all the makeup. You can see him blushing there. See him blushing? Too cute. Too cute. Yay. Hey, Chaz. Good to see ya. Kevin is starting to find that looking this good is hard work. These high heels are very tricky to walk in. How can princesses put up with things like these? It's torture. They are hard to walk in, that's for sure. Kevin's shoes make him wobbly, which makes him get tangled up in his dress, which is too long in the first place, which makes him nearly fall over, which makes him grab Chloe's hand. It's all getting very embarrassing. Maybe this isn't the perfect costume after all. By the time the show has ended, the class photo has been taken, Kevin has had enough of being a princess. The problem is, he can't get out of his costume. Don't worry, I'll help you. Oh, Kevin, you've got a lot to learn before you can be a real princess, giggles Chloe. You must be joking. I don't want to be a real princess. It's way too complicated. Next year, I'm keeping it simple, Kevin says. Ooh, what does that mean, I wonder? I know what it means. Here we go. I'm going to be a mermaid. Because that's much simpler than a princess. The end. All right, friends. That brings us to the end of Storytime for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm glad you were able to join me today. It was very great to see some old faces and some new friends. Chaz, glad you could join us. Yeah. So if you'd like to make a monetary donation, that's great. The information is along the bottom. If not, it's completely understandable too. Just share it far and wide. This is more about spreading joy than anything. So if you could share it with your friends and your friends who have kids, that would be great. Yeah, it is a good book. It's a really good book. I love it. So yeah, so share it far and wide, and yeah, help me grow my channel. Like, follow, subscribe, smash the like button. It helps out a lot. And share. Thanks, guys. See you next week. Same time, same place.